You know what? Fuck it. I just started doing live a few minutes, a few seconds early. Whatever. How you doing? This is actually the first stream I had in a while. I kind of want to make it an open thing, but I want to monologue a little bit. Be like my hero Gur. Okay, so let's see. We had Icarus join, in the chat, but he's not. I don't think he's here anymore. So we can just wait for that. Let's see. What do I want to talk about? Hmm. The whole thing between Will and Knox seems to be interesting. I don't know. It's really interesting to watch Nakasuchi review certain videos. Will Kincaid or Dr. Kenny Rhodes. They're in, they're they're entertaining to listen to. Uh, let's see. So, anyone gonna post in the chat other than Icarus? No. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it is. We'll see what's happening because I do wanna open this up eventually. Um, let's see. Anyone show up yet? No. Mm. I really can't wait until the Sonic movie comes out. Oh, hello. Well, I didn't. Okay, I tried to tag you, Icarus, and it didn't go through. I don't know. I couldn't tag you. So yeah. So I'm just here waiting until for a bit. Let me actually send the link to Jay just for a little bit, and then I'll open it up to others. Mm. So how you been, Icarus? Anyway, we haven't really talked much, if at all, especially not on Twitter either. Mm. Do 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 do. I don't know why, but I've been playing a lot of the the Sega Mega Drive and Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics, specifically Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I don't know. I just been obsessed with that game for whatever reason. Oh, that's good. Hopefully everything's going well for you. Job, work. Wait, job and work are the same thing. Family, love, life. The good stuff. Uh, well, things are going well for me. Slowly getting to anyway. Hmm. Let's see. What are you saying? Watching Moon Knight and Co. playing some D&D video games. Family and life exists too. Yep. I got one like for watching. I'm obviously one of them. Where's the pizza? Okay, Matt Pig. Okay, okay. You know what? Since you're here, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just whatever. There you go. And pin. If you want to join Matt Pig, there you go. Oh, it's my old friend, Headless Chicken.
How you doing, Midnight?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking.
Yeah, so what you been up to?
Just doing this and that, trying to keep away from trouble. But then again, trouble always seems to find me.
Oh yeah, I that's because I subbed to you.
Yeah, you did. Possibly under a sock. I don't know.
No, I don't use a sock. I got no socks.
No, I,
I got socks, but not sock accounts.
I don't remember ever seeing you subscribe, but it was probably so long ago. I just forgot. Whatever. Uh, so who is who is chickenless head? uh, so what's been going on with you?
No, not much really. The internet's kind of been slow. You know,
Yep.
not much been going on really.
What? No. What? No. No more. No more. No more misadventures of Shani and Rev or G-Man.
Oh, I
Like
have
I've been.
that's kind of slowing down. I haven't paid attention to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really haven't either. I was like, yeah, it's Warren Fan. I really don't give a shit about it. Whatever.
yeah. That was more interesting when they had the side quest there and they got stuck on the railroad tracks.
Well, it's whatever. It's
Yeah,
they're doing their own thing.
yeah.
Two more subs, you're at 222. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got 5 viewers, even though I'm one of them. Well, that's
Really?
technically 4.
Well, technically it's you, me, and then there's 3 more people. That would be Math Pig, Icarus, and someone else.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought the lead or lead hobo, asked for a link, and then you joined. I was like, oh, lead hobo is with headless chicken.
I don't know where they are. Who that person is there?
Eh, doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter really, Yeah. So, what have you been up to?
Like I said, just
No,
keeping.
are you doing better?
Yeah, trying to do better.
Yeah.
But yeah, hold on. Here's Methig.
You know, you managed to get up a 5% grade without getting winded.
Now,
I did lose 13 pounds, so I guess maybe.
a little.
So you took the rocks out of your pockets.
Yes.
See,
took the-
midnight walks around the house thinking he's fucking Piccolo with weighted clothes. You have to wait till he takes them off.
Dragon Ball
Oh,
Z, Red
Hey,
Dragon Ball.
Math Pig, you do realize a 5% grade is the maximum grade that a railroad runs at?
I completely lost you there, man. I'm setting up the
Oh.
map. 5%
Okay.
grade and some
A
train
5% grade. Rail lines run at a maximum of 5% grade for going uphill.
Oh, the angle of
And if you've
war.
ever walked on a rail line, you realize these things are damn flat. Yeah.
We've walked rail lines there actually about a year and a half ago. Me and my wee girl broke into a 19th century old railway station to take pictures of the railway lines.
Okay, so you were trespassing. Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
used to no man.
This
It's
is
a
gonna be
place,
taken
You
down.
just said you broke in.
Hey, yeah.
we did have to
Come
break.
on.
Therefore, you
in.
didn't have permission.
Right. You see, it's an old from like the 1800s or something.
It
It's
doesn't
not
matter.
even-
Someone still owns it.
No. It's government owns it, and we used to go there when I was a kid. Right. We used to
But
go
then the
down there
government
and
owns
hang out
it.
and stuff.
Then
And
You're
I
still
wanted to take.
broken.
I wanted to take. We were. I joined like a photographic club online,
Yeah.
and the particular task for that week was to take pictures of lines. Just
Oh.
that was the title. That was lines, and I was like, "Fuck!
Okay.
I know where we can go. About a mile from me and my mum's house is where I used to go and hang out with my mates on the railway lines because we used to walk them. And when we went down, this new fucking 10-foot fence under this 19th century fucking archway had appeared, and she's small enough to sneak underneath it, but I had to go
Okay,
over
so
the
there
top
was a fence you had to bypass. That means someone didn't want you going in
because it's dangerous. They didn't. They didn't want us going in because it's dangerous.
because it's
you know?
dangerous.
Oh man, I'll show you the
And you
pictures.
sent a small child in.
Oh, I've got my wee girl right in the middle of a double set of railway lines while we're taking pictures. It's great. It looks class.
Well, at least they're
You are
abandoned, but they don't want you going in there because it's dangerous.
Oh no, the actual train
Mephic,
line's still active. The
Mephic.
train
You're an
line's still
irresponsible
active.
parent. I gotta say, I'm sorry,
Here,
but
look,
that seems so irresponsible.
it is not irresponsible. If you are afraid of something, you need to conquer your fear. You know, it's
It's not irresponsible. Math Pig did look both ways.
yeah. And you can see for ages, and the railway lines vibrate. Like here, my wee brother nearly fucking died when we were about 11. A train came. on a
Because you
diesel
keep breaking
train.
into railroad stations.
No, but when we were younger, the same railway line runs just up from my mum's. Like, I mean, 300 yards from my mum's, and it's a little old school wall made out of dry stone brick from like the 19th century. It's maybe 5 foot high, and that's how you get onto the railway line. It runs directly parallel to the primary school. So we
Yeah.
used to go up and walk.
Back in the day when they built, they figured no one would be dumb enough to climb a 5-foot wall and get on the rail lines, even though it's by a primary
We used
school.
to go up and
Kids
put
are
pennies-
smarter in those days, weren't
We
they?
used to go up, man, in the summertime at least twice a week because you'd never find the motherfuckers.
know.
And we used to put pennies on the railway line, so when the train went over it, it would flatten it. And like, I think we found one in maybe 10 years. Like, they'd just go bing and fly off. And one particular time we were on the railway line and they hadn't converted to electric. They'd converted to electric on the railway lines, but they had still diesel trains to run and check. And this diesel train came around the fucking corner. Usually, when they're electric, the railway lines would, vibrate. You'd get a warning. This fucking train appeared out of fucking nowhere. Now, it's just one carriage, but we all jumped over the wall. And I have a distinct memory of my brother holding onto the wall at a completely horizontal from the air suction and him holding on for grim death, going, if I let go, I'm sucked into this train. Just hold on. Just hold on. Nah, I made it
You're a
worse.
weirdo, Mephic.
Man, you live in the country. There's no internet. We were young. We didn't have mobile phones. There was no computers.
I mean, that's fair. You need to find entertainment somehow.
Yeah, so like summertime, my mother would make us a packed lunch and open the glass doors and go fuck off till you're hungry and there's packed lunch so you don't come back sooner. Like we would get lost in the rivers and the fields and stuff. I'm 40, for fuck's sake, nearly.
I thought you were like my age.
I'm 39 in August.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, even with the daughter, she was afraid of heights, so we went to the biggest viaduct in Ireland, which is about maybe 4 miles from here. And we used to also go there when we were younger and hang out underneath it. If you look up the 18 arches in Northern Ireland, I think it's 220 foot tall. And there's now an actual path that people have put underneath, for walking and all that shit.
Yeah.
But when we went there was fields. There was none of that. So I went looking for the old path that's just threaded by people walking on it where we used to go, found it, and we got a good 15 foot, maybe 20 foot from the top before she shit herself. She shit herself because she slid and she near fell off the edge. But that's a totally different thing. The dog was
What?
there. Nothing.
No.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, finish.
No, that was it. We got to so close to the top. I could see the top of the viaduct and she fucking shit herself. It was at a good maybe 45-degree angle. She was crawling up on her knees and she slid down and hit my shins and she got scared. So fair play to her for getting that tall or that high.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've ruined the conversation. Do apologize.
Nah, you didn't.
Yeah, if you're afraid of something, the best thing to do is to overcome
Conquer
it.
your fears.
There's a picture I'll show you midnight. She wanted to get a fucking tarantula out. We went to like a lizard place, like a lizard house, and they had tarantulas.
Is that a
obviously, as
plane?
well. It's actually the Star Wars Death Glider.
Oh, I thought it
Just
was a
text
plane or
message.
something.
And she wanted the fucking tarantula. Now I don't mind spiders, but tarantulas in my hand is a bit weird. And the first time I did that is because she wanted daddy to hold it so she could pet the damn thing. So the shit you do for your kids.
Yep. Do you have any kids, Headless? I don't think I remember you ever saying you did.
No.
Just never found the right woman?
Just don't have kids.
What was that?
Just don't have kids.
Fair enough.
necessarily don't need to find the right woman. Me and the child's parent aren't together. We were only together for about 2 years, but you know.
Well, I mean, you found a woman to have a child with. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't have to be the right woman, but you need to have a whatever.
I
You
just
out.
if you need a wee ginger girl, find me a wedding. I'll take you to a wedding. Every time I've went to a fucking wedding in this last 5 years, someone's got knocked up, and not like you know what happened with Corey with the miscarriage. But yeah, I can't go to a wedding without knocking a woman up. Like
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I figured I'd go live because I haven't gone live in a while, but didn't really have any interesting topics.
so, you stole a title from Gurr.
No, I came up with it myself. Believe it or not. I don't know. It just came to me. It just came to me. I was like, it pays to wear a helmet when riding a dinosaur in space, and riding on a dinosaur in space. I don't know.
Did the good news happen yet? Did he move in yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, you're getting a roommate?
Yes.
Should I? Oh, sorry.
Matt Pig. What the? Uh,
Here, no. Well, the focus was on me. I'm trying to take the focus off me.
well, you kind of came in and put the focus on yourself, and we just kind of, let you talk.
These are awful nice like that.
I mean, you
I've
obviously this
never met
event.
Headless Chicken.
Yeah, you've
Right.
seen me around Mad Pig.
I've never actually spoken to you though. I don't believe.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
Do you have a different name or a different icon? No.
No. Oh, it's used the same one.
Well, I'm very sorry that you're not jumping out of my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just taking a hold here for myself, so I'm just going to mute.
Yeah.
So Headless, do you have any I don't know, questions or something?
No, not really.
Let's see. Oh, it's only Mr. Lizard saying something, but that's it. Like I'm surprised. No, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I didn't get any of the other few people, grazing my chat. They're probably busy doing their own thing, which is fine.
Mhm.
Came in like a bomb and ruined it all. Yep. You know what, Matt Pig, you did. Let's shut it down. Ending stream. Just kidding. What the hell's a Leo when you need him? Let me see if I can invite Immutable. So, have you guys watched any good movies lately?
Not really, no.
There's 12 lives in my feed right now, so there's probably lots of other things happening, including a few big shows like Transatlantic and Jesse Lee Peterson as well.
No, Immutable. I haven't seen that picture lately. If you wanna join the stream and show us, I sent you the link. Leo has a stream in 45 minutes. I wonder what the fuck he's gonna talk about. Well, I mean, I'll have the stream going for a while, so I know he's been called a femboy before, and I joked about it. But fuck, he could rock that. Now I have to see this image. Immutable, get your ass in here and show us this image. I don't know, where is it? Go watch Tenet. I've been rewatching Lucifer lately. I'm on season 6. Okay, Facebook. Let's see. Okay, I really can't show this because it shows Leo's actual name. So, hmm, like, I don't see, I don't see what you mean here. It just looks like a regular picture. I don't know, but you can join if you want, Immutable. You sound extremely tired, Headless.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're yawning.
Yeah, it's a yawn. It doesn't mean I'm tired.
Well, don't people usually yawn when they're tired?
No.
Hmm. Looks like a regular. Yeah, there you go. So, Mepig, what's going on in the land of potatoes? I don't know. What's going on?
It's voting day.
Oh, that sucks.
It's probably going to be the first year. Well, it doesn't suck 'cause it's going to be the first year in 10 years, probably, that the DUP get knocked off their stand. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. They'll
Okay.
probably
Okay. What's the DUP?
the DUP is a
I
Democrat.
I don't follow like Irish politics here.
Well, it's Northern Irish politics. Right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Breaking it down, you've got the DUP, which is the Democratic Unionist Party. Okay.
Right.
They're obviously from the Unionist in the name. They want to stay part of the UK. The Brits
Yeah.
want to be all inclusive. They're
Right.
also very Protestant, and they're also very religious to the point of fucking stupidity. Where some of the people, as in the leader for maybe 6 months, maybe 3 months, there quite recently, believed the Earth was 6,000 years old. Okay, like
Okay. That kind of okay.
Are we still
that's sort
talking
of,
about American politics? Damn it! Oh,
no. This is
No,
Northern
no, no.
Irish.
Better. This is Northern Ireland politics.
Oh yeah, we get out bombs and blow fucking.
Hello,
shit.
Zachary Comstock. I just changed your name to it because I cannot help it. Every time I
fine.
see you,
That's
I
fine.
just
There's-
cannot help but see
I had my
Zachary
hat on
Comstock.
backwards and didn't realize it. But
So you've got the DUP, who are the Protestant party. Okay. Now I know I mentioned their religious beliefs, but religion doesn't really come into it over here, except it's more cultural between Protestant and Catholics. When
Right.
I say that, I don't mention religion; I mean culture.
Okay.
Then you've got Sinn Féin on the other side, and
Right.
Sinn Féin is the Republican Party who wants a united Ireland as their final goal. That's the Sinn Féin was originally made up of ex-IRA members and still have ties. Don't get me wrong, the DUP and other political organizations on the Protestant side have ties. Sinn Féin is always known as Sinn Féin IRA. It's tied in with their leader of the party, Jerry Adams.
Mhm.
Was one of the main guys in the IRA. You have Martin McGuinness. Now, don't get me wrong. Martin McGuinness was one of the main guys in the IRA, very out there. But I feel that when it was originally done in the Good Friday Agreement, he did actually have, can you use the phrase change of heart? He made an actual effort, to actually move from violence into politics, especially when he was working with the Reverend Ian Paisley. And I'm sure you've heard of him. No surrender and all that shit. Right? Right now, you've got them two parties. DUP has been in charge for about 10 years, maybe a decade or so. And then you've got Sinn Féin, who comes in second. The way that the Good Friday Agreement was set up over here, you must always have two people in charge. One's Protestant, one's Catholic. Now, I'm simplifying it, but you get the idea.
Mhm.
So whoever's in charge can't make a decision without asking this person second in charge. You always have to have this agreement. So it doesn't really matter the way I look at it, whether Sinn Féin's in charge or whether the DUP's in charge, because they both disagree on everything. They closed the government down for 3 years. They disagree over teaching the Irish language in school. It's unbelievable, right? The Sinn Féin party has become quite progressive. Whether that's an idea to get the young vote or whatever it is behind it, they still have their ties, but they are for LGBTQ rights. They are for, a lot of very progressive ideas. Where you've got the DUP, who still thinks the Earth is 6,000 years old,
Ugh.
all the LGBTQ people are wrong, abortion is wrong, this is wrong, blasphemy is wrong. Hell, they're not even out against conversion therapy. This is so. I'm a Protestant, and if the choices I have is vote for a terrorist organization who's very progressive, or vote for someone who is, Protestant, and I'm supposed to be Protestant and represents my culture and where I come from. So I'm sort of stuck in a rock and a hard place. And this particular year, with everything that's happening, the DUP have lost maybe 6 or 7 points. The Alliance Party and SDLP, which are two of the smaller parties and both mixed, although the SDLP would be slightly more Catholic, they're raising in points. I'm hoping when I wake up in the morning that we don't have Sinn Féin and DUP in charge. We're going to have Sinn Féin and DUP in charge, but I would really like it if it was Sinn Féin and Alliance. And Sinn Féin is number one. And
Do you
I
feel
know
like
I
there's
say
too
that.
many parties?
We have about 6 or 7, right? Most of them are Protestant, one Catholic. Now, let me rephrase this. There's one predominantly Catholic. There's one DUP, as I say, and we scream Protestant. Then you also have the TUV and the UUP and stuff like that. And they are Protestant organizations that have slightly split off. Very similar. Some of them are progressive a wee bit. Some of them are progressive in the other ways. But what happens is you have all the Catholics, like in America, all the conservatives vote for Republican, where you have the progressives and you have the Democrats, and they're all split. So what happens over here is you have multiple Protestant parties. So that weakens the Protestant vote. Well, it has weakened the Protestant vote this year. It usually doesn't. Everybody just votes DUP first, and then you have a secondary, and that's what your particular Protestant party. But the DUP has lost an awful lot of power this year. I do hope, as I say, even though I disagree with Sinn Féin and their ties and stuff like that, I hope they come out first and the Alliance Party comes out second. The Alliance Party is green. The Alliance Party is friendly. They are LGBTQ friendly. They are quite progressive. They also put forth, I think, 50% female candidates this year as well. They made a point of that. Let's not get over making a point, but they were up for that. It's just fucked, man. It's fucked over here.
Do you wish there were like only 2 or 3 parties, or do you think there need to be more, or is it just right with the number they have now?
If you were going to do it that way and to break it down into mathematical numbers, the best way to do it would be have a Protestant party, a Catholic party, and then a 70-70, a 70-30 split with 2 parties. And see how that turns out and have 4 parties. But that's not the way the world works.
Right, yeah. So my problem is I think we don't have enough parties that can yield power. I mean, basically, if you don't vote for Democratic or Republican, you weaken the strength of the person that you would rather have in than the other.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
I was never enthusiastic about Biden. I still am not enthusiastic about Biden, but I sure didn't want Trump.
I could show you videos upon videos over here that the reason that when it comes to the actual big elections and people vote on the Protestant side, DUP first, and then possibly TUV or UUP or whatever as a secondary vote, they don't want that person in DUP in. They want the TUV guy in, but they know he won't get in.
Right.
The reason they vote for number one as DUP is to stop the other side winning. That's why they don't vote because that's who the person they want. They vote because it's such a big, strong Catholic side. And if you have any Protestant ties or any sort of that, you are a loyalist. You are a unionist, So you don't want Sinn Féin to win because their first goal is a united Ireland. Which
it's like you want to vote your conscience, but it does no good to vote your conscience, which sucks. It leaves you feeling bad about the world and politics.
It's shit. It's really shit. Most of the people on the street that you talk to don't give a fuck. As I have described earlier, about Martin McGuinness and being one of the main guys in the IRA. There is friends of my wee girl's mother, uncle, who used to hang around with him. You know, so there's a tie to the very strong side. The daughter, my daughter's mother, comes from a very Republican family, and I'm a very strong Protestant line. You know,
Mhm.
my I would say my original name, but you know, it screams Protestant. It's but my wee girl's a product of both sides. You know, that's the way the actual community is moving. But because the Good Friday Agreement is set up the way it is, because of the way the main political parties are made up of who they are made up of, it's just very difficult, you know. Like as I say, Sinn Féin is very progressive, but their leader now, she recently went to a funeral, and on top of that, she went to an opening of a memorial for terrorists. You know, like I understand that their side sees them as fighting their side, but
As
she's
freedom
out there,
fighters, whatever.
yeah, she's out there publicly going, "This is a good man. He killed innocent people."
Hmm.
You know, I don't care that, like, I call out both sides. You know, I made a video of the worst parts of the Protestant side in the Easter fights last year. I call out both sides, but I will not condone anyone celebrating the life of someone who murdered innocents, regardless of what they're doing.
Yeah, it it's it's tough. I don't know the answer.
There was a bomb less than a mile and a half from my wee girl's house in this last 3 months.
Oh
Within this
no.
last year, the daughter and her mother have walked past a bomb outside a fucking courthouse in a car. You know, it's
So those days
That's
aren't over.
wow. We're losing viewers. I guess no one likes politics.
yeah, like we just get to the point over here where we just make petrol bombs and just blow shit up. That's it's you know, I understand it's very difficult over there, but on a regular basis, there's riots and petrol bombs to the point where it's something that happens here. I think you look at my Twitter feed about a month ago. In 3 days, I was just like, "This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what's happening." To summarize it all on the Sunday, it's like two bombs and one rat. They got really nice over here at one stage where they actually would ring your mother and tell your mother, "We're taking your son to this particular place at this particular time to shoot his kneecaps in, and we'll be finished at X time, and you can take him to the hospital."
That's rough.
Oh man, they made a fucking advert about it, and then the advert got cancelled over the weekend because they actually told this story in the advert about violence and stuff to try and bring it down, and people just were like distraught as fuck. But that's what it got to over here. It's lovely.
What to say?
We'll find out in the morning.
So anyway, Scott, how you been?
I've been all right. Felt a little puny the other day. You know, just got over that. Nothing. Nothing like what's that? What's that disease everybody's been cooped up with? With that? Oh, COVID. Yeah.
Measles.
Nothing like that, but just wasn't feeling good the other day. But today, I'm just like I've been waiting for this one book. I pre-ordered it in January, and it's taken forever to get here.
What book?
It's by M. David Litwa called Found Christianities. It's about the churches that didn't quite make it into the mainstream, and what they were like and who wrote about them and things like that. It's sort of I'm wanting to see how different it is from Bart Ehrman's Lost Christianities. I think they basically the two authors kind of take a different viewpoint of how things worked out the way they were, a different model, a different sociological model for that.
Interesting.
Yeah, somebody's got to stop me. I've been ordering books like crazy
So
this week
basically,
and last
basically,
week.
what you're telling me is that you become speed.
Yeah, I think the guys had a bad influence on me.
I mean, oh, dude, I gotta be honest. Every time he's on camera, all I can focus on is the books behind him. He's got so many goddamn
I
books.
know,
I
I know.
just, oh,
Well, he gets through a lot of them. I mean, he not all of them. Nobody can get through that many books, but
I mean,
yeah, he
unless you're a really good speed reader.
yeah. I'm not a speed reader whatsoever. I want to like be the kind of guy that can just sit there with the TV off or whatever and just read, read,
I
read.
mean, you
I,
can, there are ways to train yourself to be a speed reader. You just
yeah,
gotta, put the effort in.
yeah. I'm just afraid that that I would lose comprehension and detail. You know, like
Well, there are, because I've looked into it kind of myself. I still have to actually try myself. But there are ways to where you can speed read without, without losing comprehension.
mhm.
I think you just focus more, like more on the more important aspects of what you're reading, right? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you don't understand to really understand a book. You don't need to read everything, just the main points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. What were those speed reading things that we grew up with? Um,
I
they had these commercials where the guy would look up and go, "I read Jaws in just a couple of hours" or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Evelyn Woods maybe or something like that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I wish my brain could absorb information faster.
Do you? There's a video come out. I just sent it to Midnight. Come out. I think it was last week. It's on the channel Be Smart: The Unbelievable Science of How We Read, and it goes through how children learn to read and then how our brain actually develops into reading. We technically
Hmm.
don't see spaces, and within milliseconds, we make patterns between words. When we're younger, we do it phonetically and do it with the letter. But as we get older, our brain just swaps and does this sort of like pattern recognition, as we do
Yeah,
with everything else, and matches words with words. We don't actually read the word the, we see T and E and know that it's the because it's a three long letter word. It's a pattern recognition thing, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that's
crazy to
why
watch.
it's why you can read a message that has letters and numbers mixed in. You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
good
You can.
example. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good
In
example.
Facebook, somebody's always publishing a thing of, if you can read this, you're a genius or whatever. Which
Yeah,
is,
I really hate those things because they give people a false impression
yeah.
of how smart they are.
I'm just a
But
bad reader, so when I see them, sometimes I don't even recognize that it's fucking different numbers.
Like one of the what is well, I haven't seen it around lately because I don't hang out on Facebook that much. But like one of those things that really piss me off is, is when they'll have an image of the of if you can solve this math problem, you're a genius. And it's basically it's basically using order of operations,
I know
which for
I've seen
some
those.
goddamn reason everyone always gets wrong.
I I hope I'm not getting those wrong. I do them in my head because the ones that come up are usually pretty, and I don't. I consider those clickbait, so I don't follow
Yeah.
the link or whatever. But I will do it in
Well,
my head. And go,
let me
that's
see.
easy.
Let me see if I can find a good example of that. Here we go. Trick question. Images. Okay, yeah, this is actually a good one. Hang on a sec. Let me open this in a new tab. Uh,
You gotta love the commentary.
yep,
You could just share screen.
that's what I'm doing.
Sorry, that's the producer in me. I have to hit the mute button.
Okay, so can you see this? Okay.
Yes.
How the fuck can I just zoom in with this? Oh wait, I'll just
One.
Move. You know what? Okay, so yeah, you're right because it's 1 plus. Well, actually, hold on a sec. It actually hold on. 1 plus 2 equals 3, obviously, and then and then because it doesn't really matter what you how you do it, you would do you would do 6 divided. You would do 6. Yeah, so you're right because it doesn't because you do parentheses first, and then and then you do division and multiplication. It doesn't really matter how you do multiplication and division. That's from right to left, but because you have the parentheses, you got to do that first. So yes, 1.
Yeah, that's what I came up with. So I guess between us, we're either all three wrong or all three correct.
No, it is right because look, please
I know.
excuse my
We're
ignorance, Sally.
technically geniuses now.
Oh,
Apparently,
come
we
on.
are.
Yeah, viral math problem, and people are always like, "Oh, it's 9." How the fuck is it 9?
Now, what's a PEMDAS? PEMDAS?
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents,
Oh,
multiplication,
oh,
division.
oh. Okay.
I call them
Back in
brackets.
the day, you might have called it bed maths for brackets exponents.
Yeah, brackets. We call them brackets over here.
Well, yeah, like different people have Pixie. You know what? I'm gonna send Pixie the link because Pixie is always welcome.
Is Pixie here?
She's
Well-
here. She says she's working.
Oh, right. I have the link pinned so she could join if she wants. What the hell am I? Whatever. But yeah.
Scott, I don't think I've talked to you before, have I? No.
I don't think so. I've watched a lot of your streams and
I
done.
feel sorry for you.
I mean that's fine. You
Done
could
side
just join.
chats.
You could just join and contribute whenever you want. But that's up to you, Pixie.
I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you.
So is Manda? She's in a new home now. We did that GoFundMe a while back for her to get out of
Yeah.
get out of her abusive situation.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
That's
Amanda?
probably an offline
Little Mama?
conversation, but yeah, she's in a place at the minute and she's doing okay at the minute. Like
That's good.
Angel's got himself a job in the Waffle House, so I think his third day was today. He got home about 4 o'clock or so.
The Waffle House.
Brainbug join.
Buzz, it's Brainbug.
A job's a job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you haven't had too many jobs before or something like that, that's a good job to get.
I really gotta shorten my name on YouTube for fuck's sake. Athena Goddess of Wisdom and Warfare is too goddamn long.
You just make it Midnight Sparkle or Snowball. Just change it to Snowball.
You know what? Fine, I'll do that. I'll find a picture.
Change it to Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No, fuck off.
Yeah, but that's a good idea. Call yourself Snowball and then change your symbol to the guy from Ghostbusters 2. You know the giant marshmallow man? That'd be
That's
brilliant.
the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
Nah.
The best movie monster ever.
Oh, there's a claim.
Yeah.
I'm fond of the alien now.
Well, everybody has a reason not to come in.
Yep.
I guess Immutable's off reading Marx.
Or talking to. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that live. But he's probably busy.
That was funny, just as you mentioned that, Scott, about the GoFundMe. Do you remember when Khalil Allah came in on fucking Knox and I gave him absolute dog's abuse? Because we were doing the 24-hour across the channels. I left. She was talking about the thing in Khalil or fucking Justin, whatever you want to call
Oh
him.
my god, it's birthday twin. Or almost birthday twin, I should say.
Hello.
Hey, Pixie.
Hey.
So you
Just
still at work?
Still working.
What kind of work you doing? Or if you want to say.
It's like how have I phrased that before? Internal audit and coaching. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go
internal
with that.
audit. I understand coaching. I
Yeah.
don't, is it
So,
obedient?
like,
Dog obedience?
no, no, my dog is not obedient. Can you tell? Um, no. So it's like if oh, somebody's here, I think, because the other dog said attention. So if somebody is having trouble, like, because when you're doing internal audit, right, you run matrix, you find like out all kinds of information,
Mhm.
and then I take that information and I sit with people who are having different difficulties and I help them till it sticks. And then I
Gotcha.
move on.
Okay, that was I don't know, but
That
that's
was
good.
interesting.
Yep.
I noticed Icarus had a long order of operations thing he wanted us to do. Apparently,
Well, yeah, he did it. He did it by plussing. He did the parentheses first, but then divided 6 by 2 and then times it by 3. So I did. You got a
yeah,
9.
yeah. 2 + 1, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 + 6 is 1. So I say 1. Don't make me do any more math. I'll have to take an Excedrin.
Why? You don't like math?
My brain just wants to shut down.
Mm.
But actually, I always did pretty good in math. I think I went all the way up through calculus. But it's the deal, like, how they have the regular exercises you do in the in the textbook, and then there's those kind of problem solving questions, and then the extra points. Well, I could sort of do sometimes the word problems, and I barely could ever do the extra points. So I'm just the mediocre kind of math guy.
Scott, you need to have more confidence in yourself, man.
I think that I'm just doing a fair assessment based on past performance. Maybe Pixie can internally audit me and coach me in math.
It sounds
No,
so
I
wrong.
didn't care for math. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't bad at it, right? Like I was in
Mhm.
AP math. I made A's.
Mhm.
Occasionally I made a high B and I was not happy about it. But like so it's not that I was bad at math. I just never liked math at all.
It was like flossing your teeth. It's just like
All evil people.
I preferred AP English and I preferred psychology and I preferred AP history and
mhm.
science. I liked science. I don't know. But I noticed I liked chemistry more than physics, but that's probably because I like algebra more than geometry. I don't know.
I think most people are like that. Geometry was I don't know. I don't know most people, but um, it just seems like a lot of people just didn't care for doing the proofs and things like that in geometry.
Oh, that was my big sister. Like, she used to joke and call me a walking encyclopedia, and I used to joke and call her a walking calculator. My big sister.
Well,
Like, I hated. She used to make me so mad. Like those calculus problems that would take me like a page and a half to complete.
mm-hmm.
Like she could complete them in like half a page in like a quarter of the time, and it would frustrate me so much. So it got to where like obviously I had to take my own tests and she had to take her own tests, but like if I was running low on time or she was running low on time, like she would do my math homework and I would write her English essays, and it took me a long while to figure out I was getting the short end of that stick because I had all the teachers the next year and had to rework everything.
It's tough. It's a tough thing. Everybody's so low energy today.
Yeah.
Of course, looking at the time. Now, what time is it for you, Math Pig?
It's whiskey o'clock where he is.
It's
Whiskey
early
o'clock.
enough yet. It's 10 to 1. But midnight will tell you I'm an insomniac. I usually be up to about 4 or 5 anyway. Like.
Oh, I have
Yep.
to be real careful or I can't go to sleep. I have a whole routine I have to follow.
I go to work. I get up at 7:30. Well, I get up about 7. I go to work. I work till about 5, 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. And then I come home. I'll eat my dinner. I'll sleep for an hour. And then I'll get up. And then that's me till about maybe 4, maybe 5. And then I'll go to sleep and then get up again. So about 3 or 4 hours a day is usually what I would get. Like, but it's in like 2 hour stints, 2 hour stints. So it keeps you going.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll leave you tell us. I'll talk to you all later.
Are you okay? Later days, Math Pig. He always
Later
leaves
days.
so fast I can't tell him bye.
Who was that masked man?
He was.
I didn't get a chance to thank him. Ever heard of the TV show Lone Ranger? Oh, you see my attack dog here back there on the
Let me
couch.
see. That's not really an attack dog. He sounds like a he sounds like a puppy.
Well, the one you hear whimpering is not the one that you see here. The one that's
Oh, I-
whimpering is Kira. She's part Siberian Husky and part I forget what the other half is, but she's a sweet dog. She has impulse control problems, and she just has to bark at everything, or she has to whine and say, "Why aren't you going to the window, Dad?" That's what she's saying.
Well,
She thinks she's found, the enemy, and I need to go respond.
that's adorable.
She's sweet. Makes me mad, but sometimes, but she's sweet.
At least she announces it like half as loudly as my dog. You heard my dog. That was halfway across the house going,
Mhm.
Mom, pay attention.
I do like, I will praise her whenever she, goes to the door and barks at something, because that's, she's protecting the territory, even if it's not a real, a real danger situation.
Hmm.
But it's her job to be the security
Hey,
system.
I'm
sir.
torn. I'm torn. I don't mind her barking at like when the mailman comes. I don't
Right.
mind her barking when somebody comes up to the door. But she's gotten this thing like where I finally gave that bed away, and I'm gonna put a futon there. So hopefully that curbs some of it. But she would sit up on this bed and look out the window, and she would lose it at anybody walking down the street. And like
Mhm.
if she hears like a big truck, like it doesn't matter if it's the mailman, it doesn't if UPS, any kind of delivery, she just
Mhm.
loses it. And I'm like, oh, they can't even drive down the road.
That's exactly the same way Kira is. Like if the neighbor across the street opens the garage door, she just goes crazy and barks at the window. But I just figure I better praise her for doing the false alarms, because when it's a real alarm, she's more likely to bark at strangers.
Yeah, well, she is definitely the guard dog, and the other one is I don't know. He's a scaredy cat, but he's mean sounding and he can be tough when he wants to, I guess. But he just shakes a lot. He's a scaredy cat.
Now this little guy over my shoulder, over there on the couch, if he sees
Wait,
somebody,
hold on.
go ahead.
No. I'm just gonna. There you go. Wait. I'm trying to make you big so people can see the dog. There
Oh,
you go.
he
So
jumped
loud.
down. He jumped down. They're like that. It's just like kids. You get them in a pose or whatever, and as soon as you get ready to zoom in on them or click the camera, they're gone. They change.
Yeah.
Who's this Zachary Comstock fella?
I did show you a picture from the game Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, let me do a Google search.
Yep.
Is that a historical figure?
No, he's just a character from a game. It's just a character that was created for the game, but it's
Okay,
still.
yeah. He kind of looks like Robert E. Lee.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I just share a screen share so other people can see. I don't know if everyone's played Bioshock Infinite.
We'll screen share. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now you have to prove it. There he is.
There you go.
What do you think? Needs to be a little bit longer, but I got plenty of time for that.
Yeah,
It'll also
Scott-
help me look like Santa Claus to my grandkids.
Yeah, Scott Duke looks like Zachary Comstock from Bioshock Infinite. Love that.
Just gotta get him like a steampunk suit.
I have some I have steampunk stuff, but I have to lose quite a few inches to fit into them. The steampunk hat and goggles still fit me.
If a hat still doesn't fit you, you have a problem.
I know.
My problem is finding a hat that fits in the first place. I had one that I found, and the dog chewed it up, but now I don't have one anymore because all the other hats just swallow my head and make me look like I'm like 12 wearing my mom's hat or something.
I hear somebody's dog whining.
That's my dog whining.
Hey, Serb.
You know,
Bird,
the joke is untimely, but I'm going to say it now anyway. You're a Bioshock.
Whatever. But yeah, I figured I'd go live because I haven't gone in a while. It's a special day today.
Oh, what? Oh, Cinco de Mayo?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I just don't have any alcohol, but I figured I'd go live.
Well, we should have waited until today and done.
Hey, Serb!
Hey,
How did you get in here?
I snuck in the back.
Oh. You found the link in the YouTube, or someone passed it to you?
Both.
Oh. So what have you been up to, Serb?
Pulling my hair out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Cheaper than a
The world's,
haircut.
the world's nuts.
Well, that's true.
So how many 600-pound shut-ins have you had to rescue in the last 2 years?
None. Zero.
None? Wow.
Well, it hasn't been that long since we talked. Holy shit.
Okay.
I'm a professor now.
Oh! You're a professor. What are you professing?
Economics and fire science.
As one subject or as two?
Separate subject.
Okay, I was going to say it's the economics of fire science. Right? Or,
I mean-
in other words, how to make an insurance claim and get away with it.
I mean, that is
here's a quick
interesting.
graph. House on fire. You lose everything. Buy now.
Yeah.
End of economic lesson.
It's a Venn diagram. There's the flow chart.
This is. Pardon me.
Actually, sir, I'll tell you this. I've actually been surprised on my job, considering I just marked the utilities. I have seen at least the aftermath of at least 5 house fires in 2 years from just walking around a city.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 in 2 years isn't that bad.
Well, again, it's just like a random. I have to show up to this neighborhood in this street, and look, there was a house fire here, right? So for me, 5 of them in a year, in 2 years is a lot.
You don't live in one of those towns where like the building burns down and no one cares and they just leave it there for like 2 years.
No, I don't live in Erie County in Buffalo, New York,
Okay.
in Cheektowaga. That was the 70s.
Those places are scary.
Yeah. I remember as a kid getting the news, like the 6 o'clock news, and we would get news from Buffalo because it would be broadcast across the lake. And yeah, Cheektowaga, Erie County, somewhere in Buffalo, there was always a fire every day on the news.
Well, it's like that, and at least it was when I used to pay more attention to the local news. Dallas would always have an apartment fire overnight, and occasionally they'd report on it from Fort Worth too. It seems like living in an apartment is like it's like a game of Russian roulette with.
It was Zach. I actually then found someone years later, who lived in that area around that time period, the 70s and 80s, and they told me basically the economy was so repressed, there was no work. So if you owned a business, you renovated it. And then, you had a fire and you got out. Yeah.
Knocked over that candle near the kerosene.
Yeah. Yeah. That fat fryer you installed somehow had an electrical short,
No, I swear, I was switching my bakery into a kerosene shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So has anybody had a chance to see that? Or first, did anybody here a Star Trek fan?
Which one?
Well, there's that new one, Strange New Worlds, came out today.
I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah.
Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, it's got the guy from Hell on Wheels playing Christopher Pike as the captain, and then they have a new actor playing Spock. And they tried to tease us with, Lieutenant Kirk, he'll be coming on board here later, and when you finally get him, it's a different Kirk.
So what you're telling us then is they've made a Star Trek prequel that we know how it ends badly.
Yes, well, they start with how it ends, and I'm not afraid to. I'm not I'm not spoiling anything because it was kind of in the trailers, but that they start with something, that the menagerie, or it was the pilot anyway. It was the pilot episode. It starts with him having premonitions of it, like he did in Discovery. So that's interesting how he deals with it. So far it's good. Not nearly as disappointing as Picard or Discovery, which I'm not that disappointed in Discovery, but a lot of people are.
I was disappointed in like the first couple seasons. Then the other seasons I kind of started to like.
Yeah.
And the only thing I didn't like about Picard, honestly, was the very end.
Mm-hmm.
He died. I wish he would have just died.
Yeah, probably should have.
It would have made a much better ending.
Yeah, put just a final stop to it.
Instead we got season 2 and an old man Q.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I've been wanting the post-Dominion War story since I was basically a kid. Why can't I have it?
Trust me, I wanted that too. The post-Dominion story. I mean, they do tell the post-Dominion story in novels and whatever. But that
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not enough of a nerd to read Star Trek novels.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just saying they do expand. They do expand on the Dominion War after, like, You know what I mean?
They-
They have novels.
They don't even mention it in Picard. They just
Yeah, it's-
gloss over the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's just
it's like it's just a little war. It was a skirmish.
the battle for the entire Alpha Quadrant was a skirmish. Okay.
There's this power, not honestly, really, not that far away, that knows about us and hates us, right? They're more powerful than us by multiple levels of magnitude. And of course, the Borg don't like us, but we can't tell any of those stories.
No.
We have to pick up where Picard is, 5 decades in the future.
What was even the entire point of Picard anyway? I never watched both seasons. Like I've seen bits and pieces and I heard from people how bad it was, but what the fuck was it about?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was
Hey,
just
Serb,
it's
why
just not
didn't
what
they,
people
why
wanted.
didn't they take a different character they could have really developed and fleshed out, like Charles Barkley?
Oh, you mean the shy guy that was
Yeah.
yeah.
No, they got to
I'm
focus
so
on Picard.
I'm so
I know.
surprised I remembered that name.
Yeah.
Charles Barker. Remind me who that is again?
He's the guy that in one episode of the Second Generation where he got hooked up to the ship because he was super intelligent and was
Yeah.
made super intelligent. He's shy. He stutters a lot. Doesn't like to talk to people.
Yeah, he had an addiction to the holodeck because he was so
Oh, I see. Didn't he create like a
anxious and
hologram,
so-
a hologram of the ship crew?
Yes.
You took advantage of.
Yes.
Okay. You just Jesus Christ.
And then
But-
Picard had to put his foot down and make a rule. No more doing that.
Yeah,
No one's allowed to do that.
but he was primarily responsible for getting Voyager home, so he made.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is gonna seem obvious, but every time I saw him, I was like, "Holy shit, that's me!" I couldn't fucking help but think, "Wow."
well, it's good to have somebody you can identify with.
I want to see Captain Worf in command of a Defiant class. That's what I want to see. That
I mean, didn't he kind of do that already?
I want to see.
No,
They- no.
Worf in charge of a diplomatic mission ship.
God damn.
No, they had in the First Contact movie.
Mhm.
He was captaining a Defiant class.
Well, I meant more. I meant more in Deep Space Nine.
No, he wasn't a captain there. He was
Yeah.
lieutenant.
So, do y'all feel that
Commander.
that the character of Worf got to do his full Klingon badassery in either of the series or movies he was featured in, or is that something that's left unfulfilled? Is the full Klingon badassery of Worf?
Completely unfulfilled.
I
'Cause-
think it's unfulfilled too.
Because he's a litmus test, right? He's not really there to be an action character. He's there to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, to show how tough the enemy of the weak is.
The entire fucking point of view is just to get your ass beat.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Look, you can't kill the red shirts, but you can beat up the Klingon.
That's right.
Yeah. Because he's tough enough to show you that the enemy's really strong, but
Yeah.
also tough enough not to die immediately.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, you know what? The Warda were definitely weak, but they were more used for diplomacy and all that. The Jim Hadar, those people were they were badasses. I mean, they were basically designed to be
Well,
that way.
They were basically Klingons if they were Muslims.
Wait, what do you say? That?
I like not like some of the modern Muslims, like 1400s Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why do you say that?
So were the Klingons, were they more like the Huns, who's the guy Khan, Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
Kind of. They were originally a stand-in for the Japanese.
yeah.
No, that was the Romulans and the Vulcans.
No, the Romulans
were
were a stand-in
Romans.
for Russia.
Oh,
No, the Klingons were Russia.
You sure?
Because the Romulans and Vulcans are very similar.
mhm.
Japan is your ally. They're the Vulcans. China was the enemy. They're the Romulans.
I don't know. Maybe I got them backwards.
Yeah. But I would want to
Hmm.
see them do a series of the continuing adventures of Neelix.
But sir, like, why do you say that the Jem'Hadar are like Muslims? At least the
Because
1400 ones.
they're all about the self-sacrificing to blow each other up or blow up the enemy. Like it
Well,
doesn't.
that's fair, but it's not really self-sacrificing. They're sacrificing themselves for the founders, whom they
Yeah,
believe to be gods, because all those people are a little cuckoo in the brain.
yeah. Kill themselves for God. Got it. Check checklist. Muslim. Crazy Muslim 1400s. Got it.
Uh, like
It
like I
sounds more
really
like a kamikaze pilot.
kind
Yeah.
of. But I really love how
Just
what they did with the Jem'Hadar. That in order to ensure that they're loyal, they had like a Ketracine white that they needed. If they don't get it, they start having like withdrawal symptoms. You
yeah.
have
Opium.
you had this one Jem'Hadar for some fucking reason was managed to wean himself off, wean himself off of Castellan White. Like, I still like, what the fuck? Was he just a genetic anomaly? You know what I'm
I don't
talking
know.
about?
I don't think they talked about it. Did they?
Well, no, there was. I guess he got bored. Whatever. There was an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. To where O'Brien and Bashir find themselves on a planet full of Jem'Hadar, right? And their leader. Hey, what the fuck is Blue doing here? Whatever. And their leader, the leader of Jem'Hadar is like, you will help us find a way to, okay, whatever. You will help us find a way to fix the rest of us. And Bashir tried or whatever, but I think he did it, but O'Brien, but O'Brien destroyed it because they were already at war with the Dominion by then, and O'Brien is like, "We're not helping the enemy." Bashir is like, "But I have to help them. It's my duty." No, fuck off. We're leaving.
But all this time, wasn't Brashear a some sort of like dark undercover operative for the Black Ops division of the
No, well,
Federation?
no, no,
He
no,
was
no.
retired.
He was a retired dark ops spy.
Yeah.
Well, no. What happened? Section 33, I think that's what it was called. They wanted they hired him, kind of. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They had him. They had him do some things that I don't know. I haven't watched Deep Space Nine in forever, but I do remember a lot of the episodes. Just not a lot, but yeah, it was definitely a good series. But
Okay,
section, go ahead.
I was just saying another question I had. The pronunciation, is it like like a rare mineral gem hadar?
Jem
Or
Hadar.
Jim Hadar. Okay, because I
The,
thought y'all were saying Jin Hadar.
no,
And I
Gem.
thought,
The
well, that's
Gem.
Muslim right
The
there. But
J.
okay,
With the J. Jem
okay,
Hadar.
gotcha. Hi, my name is Jim Hadar.
I really love Star Trek Deep Space Nine because how they portray religion in that
I
show.
think it
Like,
was better than TNG. Yeah, myself.
well, it,
No,
yeah,
I'm
kind
gonna
of.
go with that. No, it was.
Okay, well, yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, I really like how they portray religion in the Deep Space Nine, right? To where you have the Bajorans, to where you have the Bajorans who worship the prophets, who then turn out to be wormhole aliens, right? They're just really advanced, like they
Checkmate
did.
atheism.
But no, it's also to where the wormhole aliens will say, you know what, we really don't care. We really don't care about Bajor. Yet they sent 8 orbs to the planet through 10,000 years. For 10,000, whatever, you get the point. They sent 8 orbs, and they sent one of their own to impregnate a woman to create Cisco. Like,
Wait,
what the
no,
fuck?
no, you have to remember they don't exist on a timeline.
Right, that's fair. Like, they don't exist in
Yeah.
a timeline, but they could see, they could see the past, present, and future, so they decided
Well,
to.
no, they don't just see it; they are in the past, present, and future.
Yeah, fair enough. They are part. They live non-linearly. They are in all places, in all times, at once. But like when you. I mean, I guess it was I guess it was the pilot episodes for for the series. So so obviously
Mhm.
they're going to, they're going to, they're going to make it look like the aliens don't really know anything, or the prophets. Like, you know what I mean?
Or are they just saying what they need to say?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, Serb. Thank you for putting it better.
Well, yeah, just get to the point there. Come on.
Yeah, well, yeah, break.
Hey guys, I got to go take
All
care of the
right.
dogs and other chores and things. So,
All right,
thanks. It was
Later
great to have you on.
days.
All right. I was gonna go a little bit longer, but I guess I don't know.
It was great talking to you, sir.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you.
Well, anyway, wait, whoa. It's my
No,
stream.
you don't matter. You don't matter. You know.
Didn't I say thanks for having me on?
No.
Oh, well, thanks for having me on, Midnight.
Now
I-
you said it. You
I
fucking get out of
apologize
here.
for my rudeness, but I thought I had said thanks for having me on. So,
Nope.
okay. Well, I thanks for having me on, man.
Yep.
And I
Welcome.
love the title of your live
Yeah, I
stream.
don't know. It just came to me.
It's pretty cool.
I think Girl's title is starting to rub off on me.
And the thing is, not only is it clever, it's true. So at that, I will say good night to you all.
Good night.
So, 1.7 billion people face famine by the middle of the year.
Wow.
Yay!
So, you guys want to continue going live, or should I just end the stream so we can talk off air for a bit?
It doesn't change what I do. So, I don't do anything different on or off. You pick. You guys pick.
Well, anyways, thank you for joining us. This stream I had in a while. I may have more in the future. Who knows? Depends on how things go. And anyways, bye. And I'm pretty sure Serb is gonna say something as soon as I end this, just to top it on, just to put the cherry on top. So bye.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here now. Go. Shoo.